Hey, what's happening everyone? Sir James from Gamerfuzion.com, and today's video I'm here to have a nice discussion going about the Amiibo figures. And today I was reading an article where Nintendo plans on releasing a card version of the Amiibos sometime this year. And of course right now we don't have an idea of pricing and how this is actually going to all work out. So first off, let's go ahead and go over the reason why they're going to be making card formats. Now do keep in mind that cards that I show you guys in this video are AR cards that came with my new 3DS. Just keep that in mind. These are not certified Amiibo cards. So the reason why behind the cards is what they're going to be doing is that rather than continue to reproducing the rare Amiibo figures, instead they're going to stop making these and they're going to be replaced in a card format. So let's say for example right here, even though this is a basic figure, let's say for example this Mario figure is super rare and is really hard to get in stores. So rather than continue to keep making this figure, we're going to stop making him and instead we're going to replace him with this, an Amiibo card. That's going to be replacing the actual figure. Now, what do I think of that business practice? I think that's stupid because from what I'm hearing and from what I'm reading according to these charts is that Amiibos are selling like hotcakes. These things are making a crap load of money for Nintendo. So if these things are making you money, you should keep making these. I know it's going to be hard to keep in the supply and demand of the consumers in the market, but if there are figures out there that are really hard to get, that people really want, and there's a huge demand for them, I say keep making these figures, all right? I know it's going to be hard to try to keep up with the demand, but keep selling these figures. And alongside the cards concept idea, I really like the concept of the cards. I don't like the idea of them replacing the figures, but I like the idea of having cards, Amiibo version of cards available as well alongside the figures. And here's the reasons why. It's because right now for the actual figures, these go for about $13 a piece depending on where you live. Sometimes these are going to go, at $1 more. Like Target sells these for about $14. So like I said, these are $13 a piece. So if you have card formats of that character alongside the figures, these are going to be a heck of a lot cheaper. How cheap? I don't know. I guarantee you about 80 or 90% cheaper than what these will cost you. That's for sure. So here's how I think the card concept could work. And the reason why I like the concept of the cards is a few different reasons. One, as a version of, having cards is much more convenient. There's a lot of people in today's standards, even myself, who still collect cards for different things like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z, you name it. And like I said, today I still collect cards, and the cards are a lot easier to collect than the figures. These are going to sell out like hotcakes, making it really hard to collect. Having a card format of these figures and stuff are going to be a heck of a lot easier to collect and are much more cheaply made. I mean, as in they're going to be cheaper to make and easier to keep up with the supply and demand of these. Now obviously the concept of the cards are going to be very simple, where you take your new 3DS or Wii U, you place the card over where the scanner would be, and thus it's going to work just like the basic figure does. But the question here is how's Nintendo going to make this work? What do I mean is, how much are they going to charge for the cards? Second, are these going to be individual cards? Are these going to be bundled up together? I mean, we don't know. And here's how I see that this could work all together. I mean, this will be the smartest thing to do. Since they're going to be coming out with the card idea and it's going to be coming out sometime this year, the smartest thing that Nintendo can do is two things. Option number one, you can sell individual cards on the Nintendo's official website like that. All right, like I said, just the individual cards. However, for retail stores, what they can do is that they could take the different wave sets. So whatever characters were released in wave 1 for Amiibo. So let's say, for example, I know there's going to be at least 1 or 2 characters from what I'm about to show you that are not actually from wave 1. Like I said, I haven't really been keeping up to date with these guys. But so let's say, for example, all these characters right here are from the wave 1 set of the Amiibos figurine form. So what you can do with the trading card version is take the wave 1 set of cards, put them into one simple package, and boom, you can call it like, Amiibo wave 1 or set 1, and then when you open that package, you have all the cards that came for the actual figures themselves. And of course, you got to make sure the price is right though. That's the thing, because if Nintendo is planning on making the cards and they think that they're going to charge $13 for a card when the figures themselves are $13, that's not going to happen. I guarantee you, I'm not going to pay $13 for a card. That's all I'm going to say. But if you do this bundle deal, like I said, maybe have 4 or 5 cards per pack and then charge something like $10, that seems a much more reasonable deal, because you got to remember, after all, each card is going to have a chip or a sensor that's going to work with the games, just like the figures do already. I'm not sure how big it is. I'm not sure how thick the cards are going to be or anything like that. But the point is that these are going to be, a lot easier to mass produce than these. So, like I said, the way this could work out is release the set of cards per wave, just like they were with the figurines, and include 4 or 5 cards per pack, or just all the figurines that came with that particular wave, and then charge like $7 to $10, and there you go. And it's going to be a heck of a lot easier. It's going to make a lot of people happy, and that's pretty much the idea that I had for that. But the main question is, how would the look of the cards turn out? I mean, we don't have an idea. I mean, this is what an AR card looks like. A very simple concept, but on the back, it's pretty boring and plain. So I'm hoping that when they do make the cards, I'm hoping what they do is this. You could have kind of something like this, this particular design if you want. And like on the bottom, it'll say like Amiibo. But right here where the image will be, it better be like some badass graphic art or something like that. I mean, that's what I want to see. I want to see a really cool concept art for the characters on that Amiibo card on the front. And if you want to put Amiibo or something on the bottom or the back, that's fine. But it better have a cool concept art on it. That's all I got to say. And then on the back, I think what would be a cool idea is to have like a small character bio. It's like, here is Mario, he's based off this, yada, yada, yada. Here's his height and all that. And then maybe on the bottom right here, you could put what game he was featured in, because there's people out there who are actually collecting the Amiibos who have no clue who the characters are. Like, who's this guy? I think he's from that one game. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? And then you could have down here, oh, this came from Super Mario, or this came from, Link Between Two Worlds, or this came from Fire Emblem. Something like that. That's just my idea of what the cards will probably turn out to be, and I'm hoping that's what Nintendo does. Like I said, release the cards, and you could do it singles on their official website, but for retail marketing purposes, release them in packs and wave sets, and boom, so that way people know exactly what they're getting, and make sure the price is right. Make sure the price is right, and then this concept idea could work out perfectly. But what do you guys think about that? I mean, obviously, the idea of replacing the figures with the cards is pretty stupid, but having the cards and figures sell alongside each other would be a pretty cool concept. But what do you guys think about this? Feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. But once again, I am Sir James from Gamerfuzion.com, where we empower your gaming.